Today we're going to talk about the forgotten ones, the sets that no one is thinking about right now. It's coming up next. Hey guys, welcome back. MTG Moxman here. So guess what? We're having a conversation today about some of those forgotten sets. Those sets that people just don't think about right now, with like Modern Horizons 2 coming out, Strixhaven, Dungeons & Dragons, we got Innistrad stuff coming up. A lot of people, and this is what happens, right? People seem to forget about those older sets that may be a year or two old, they've rotated out, and a lot of those sets are the ones that make people some serious money later on. Not in every case, but in a lot of the times I've noticed these sets have gained in value because, and especially now, with the way Wizards is just moving sets along, a lot of these sets have fallen to the wayside, and they'll be remembered 2-3 years from now for their nostalgic state. Players like, oh, remember this set. Oh, I wish I'd picked some of that up. So I thought we'd go over that today, just as a friendly reminder to the people out there who watch this channel, who tune in every day. There is money to be made in certain areas, and don't forget about them is all I'm saying. So, number one, Commander Legends. Let's not forget, Commander Legends is not old yet. It's still in print. But when Commander Legends came out with those nice pringling foils, it was horrible. Horrible. But it's the first Commander dedicated set. It's the first time. It has Jeweled Lotus at an extremely low print run. These are the only sets you can get in between this and the collector box. And the collector box I think is around $500, which puts it right on track with, say, Modern Horizons 2. But when you look at that, you have to understand that at $140 Canadian, that is a pretty reasonable investment to put into to hold a few boxes of it and watch the return 5, 6, 7, 10 years from now. It will take time to appreciate in value, but a lot of people have already forgotten and moved on, right? So when people have forgotten things like this, I remind people on the channel, but I don't go around, I'm not a big enough channel to spout off to enough people to say, hey, this is what you should be doing, because I'm an entertainment channel. I in no way have a financial background to say that I am a financial advisor and I graduated Magic University. No. This is an entertainment channel. We are here for entertainment purposes. So that being said, this box being the first one of its kind, first ones go a long way, or sets that have good history and lore to them. This set has a lot going for it. There's a lot of great commanders in there. There's the partner ability. There's good cards reprinted. It was a home run box. And now that people have kind of forgotten about it, they've forgotten, right? At the end, around Christmas time, you're going to see these kind of things come up probably on sale. If it's down a few bucks, every time it's down a few dollars, that's a few extra dollars in your pocket. That's a percentage extra going to you, the person holding it and storing it. So hey, not bad. Keep that one in mind. Now, Modern Horizons. We have Modern Horizons 2 coming out. If certain cards are not reprinted, think about Hex Drinker, think Renin 6, think about some of those ridiculously fun cards we had in the set. This has not changed much in price. It's gone up a few bucks here and there, but locally I can still find it for $2.99. Okay? That's pretty reasonable. That still costs less than the newer set that hasn't even had its spoilers put out yet. So when you're thinking about sets like this, yeah, it costs more. But again, it's the first one. It's the first time Modern Horizons came out. So as a first run box, this is something you do want to think about. This is a box you probably do want to hold on to long term. So you got to keep that in your head like, yeah, that's something I should be doing. If you have the funds to do so, I'd recommend it. Purely on an entertainment basis, of course, right? It's a good box with lots of great cards in it. And they're all like $5, $10 cards everywhere. Some $50, $60 cards. And a lot of the foils have gone up. Even Sarah the Benevolent stuff, those foils are like $60, $70 now. A lot of modern cards in there that people are going to want and desire going forward. And first printing. People forget that stuff. That's why I'm calling this the forgotten ones. Because people aren't thinking about where these cards come from anymore. They have some of their decks, they're good. But there'll be other players trying to get these years down the line. There'll be people who have draft parties. There'll be little bits of store openings and stuff. It's going to trickle out for a long time. There was quite a bit printed. But I suspect the supply will run out pretty quickly as players start getting back into stores. So it's something, again, to keep an eye on. And remember, there's no collector box for the original Modern Horizons. It's a one box. Now, Throne of Eldraine collector box. Again, the reason I'm choosing this, the reason I'm showing it to you guys, locally I think this is $3.99 on sale right now. But when I'm looking at here, when you see it at that and you say, hey, $3.99, it's the first print run. And it was like $3.49 when it came out. So it's up only $50 in value. They had it higher, they've marked it down. But when you see that for $3.99, which is what, $4.60 Canadian, puts it in line with some of the other boxes, but it's the first one of its kind, right? And there are collectors who are going to want the first one. Not now, you're talking 5-10 years from now. Do I think this particular box can probably double its money? Probably. Okay, it's still up in the air for me how well collector boxes will play out in the bigger scheme of things. But right now, looking at you guys, I'm saying, I don't have enough data, but as a first printing, it's a safer bet than some to say this will probably retain value long term. And collector boxes are easier to store. Okay, they really are. I'm not sure about how well the value will translate in the future, but as a first printing, it'll have some legs to it to really kind of stand that test of time for people. Now, Zendikar boxes, especially the draft boxes. These are on sale locally right now in Canada at $129 a box. That's pretty cheap, man. That'd be like $75, $76 American, give or take. Guys, it does have that promo pack inside that could have a fetch land. The cards inside, like Omnath and stuff, are fairly decent cards. Okay, it's a pretty good set. It had a lot of fun stuff in it that people are playing with, right? So I can say pretty easily, and the lore, by the way, Zendikar has a good history for a lot of people as an adventure world and stuff. So this has a good value to it at that price point. And let's face it, $129, that's like $800 for 6 boxes. How can that not go up to $250, $300 a box in 10 years, which would double your investment? I can't see it not going up. So I'm going to say, for me, that's a pretty safe one. That's why I bought a case. Now, collector boxes, $279 locally. Think about this, $279. You're gonna get at least the 2 promo packs, right? But then there's still 3 to 5 fetch lands inside the box. I've seen as many as 5. I've heard of 6. One person told me 7, but no backup proof. So I've seen 5 myself, right? Of all the different types of fetch lands you can get inside these things. Not all Scalding Tarns and Misty Rainforest, mind you, but the other fetch lands as well. So you had a chance for a couple of good ones, like a Polluted Delta, let's say, and Windswept Heath. And then you had the other ones inside the tap lands and stuff. But for $279, with that many fetch lands on the block, they probably won't do that again anytime soon. And with fetch lands hoping to have a dip right now, at $279, this is a good buy. You can basically get 2 of these for the price of 1 Modern Horizons 2 box, right? So it's very curious to see what they'll do. But a box like that, holding on to, pretty safe bet that will reach double value. $500 is not that hard to believe on a box like that. Now, next one, War of the Spark. This one's a little older now. This one's out of print. But I've just noticed it's slightly upticking a bit, $179 locally. It's just starting to get that creep factor where it's like you don't notice it. A lot of people forget about it. Oh, it went up $5. Oh, it went up $5. When it goes up $5 6-7 times in a row, it's at $250, $260. You'll be like, oh, I should have bought it at $180. Yeah, you should have. Right? That's the kicker sometimes. People forget that point. You got to kind of like trickle one of these boxes in once in a while just to add to your collection, just so you have it. Because at $179, you got to remember this one doesn't have collector boxes. This one doesn't have any fancy set boosters or anything. It's just itself, right? It's on its own. It is a great cornerstone history, the defeat of Nicobolas. People are going to be talking about it for years. It's going to be part of the set. Remember the video, Liliana? It's a kicker, right? And at that price point, you got to think, okay, a collector box of Zendikar Rising or 2 boxes of War of the Spark. Like, you can really start adding these things up and seeing how you can spread out the possible returns on a set like this. That's why I like to think about these things more often than not. Even if I don't have the cash available, I say, okay, if I get some money, what should I be thinking about? Do I want to go for something new and fancy, which sometimes I do, or other times I say, do I want to add one to my collection? Add a box like this that I can give away to a patron later, something like that, right? So I keep that in mind because it really can add value. And the last one today is, of course, Dominaria. Dominaria had a very short print run. I mean, it didn't get 3rd and 4th. It had a 1 and 2, and it was done. They printed it early and ended it early. This box, of course, very nostalgic for me. Mox Amber is in there. You got Karn, Cyanoverse. You got amazing set, touched by Richard Garfield with some good ideas. Some great. The first time we had sagas are in there. This set is gonna be a booming set. I'm telling you. It's at $239 locally on sale. This box is gonna reach $500 to $1,000, no doubt in my head. Okay, I myself own 8 boxes of it, and I keep thinking I'll get more, but things keep coming up like a basement flood that holds you off from buying these things. But it is a great box to get, and that short print run just means it's going to be that much harder somewhere 6-7 years from now as stores slowly trickle out those last few higher priced boxes, and it all goes into the hand of collector investors, and the prices really start to jump up, right? So keep that stuff in mind, guys. This is why I'm calling these ones the forgotten ones. With all the new Flash coming out, people forget the nostalgic sets you've been playing for the last couple of years are the ones that are going to go up quicker and faster than the newer ones. I'm not saying the new ones won't be worth anything. I'm saying these older ones will give you the appreciation value that you really want to talk about and see in your portfolio of Magic cards if you happen to collect them, or maybe you just want to grab a box to draft with your friends 5 years from now, but you don't want to pay those high prices 5 years from now. You can save yourself the money now. All right, guys, this is MTG Mox, man. Thanks a lot for tuning in today, and I look forward to seeing you, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, right? We're there. Now, guys, it's a long weekend in Canada, so hopefully you watch to the end of this video to realize I cannot do a live stream because I'll be busy with the family on Sunday, so I won't be around. I'll be out and about. So because of that, there'll be no live stream this Sunday. I will try to do one Monday night, okay? So you can keep an eye out for it. That's my goal, is to have one on for Monday night. Look forward to seeing you guys all there. Have a great one. This is MTG Mox, man. That's right, I gotta go now. Should I stay or should I go? You gotta go. Hey guys, big shout out to all my patrons out there. Thanks a lot, guys. We got little Josh, the first patron, man. We got some Michael P. We got some Rob. We got some Andrew L. That's right, man. We got Antoine. We got Brittany. We got Greg. You guys are rocking it, man. See you soon. Game.